Hi everybody and happy week 19. I'm going over the instructions and overview of what to do this week. So we're going to start here in our discussion post. So if you remember from last week, we learned about the difference between geometric and organic shapes. We also learned about the color schemes we're going to be using, which we're going to discuss more next week. This week we're just going to do our sketch, so we're not going to add color yet. This is called Project Shapes Brainstorm, and I have this video here for you to watch about inspiration to find shapes. If you don't know where to start for this project, watch this video, and it kind of talks through my ideas of how I get inspiration when I start a project for this specific project. So watch that first. Then you're going to plan what geometric shapes you're going to use and then upload a picture of them. So let's say I'm going to use a triangle, a square, and a circle. I'm going to go ahead and upload a picture of those as my comment instead of writing them out, just so people have a chance to see what you're going to use specifically, and that might help give them inspiration as well. You could either find these images on Google, or you could actually take pictures of the object that you are tracing if you're doing it on paper. So watch that video. The next thing, and that's 2 points, by the way. The next thing is going to take you some time to go through, so make sure you leave enough time. The first thing for our chew is to go through the slides of the project that talks about our goal and our challenge, which is our goal and our challenge is to use your problem-solving skills by creating a design with 1 to 3 geometric shapes. If you feel like you want to use a little bit more, I talked about this in one of my videos, you can use a couple more than 3 if you want. I wouldn't go much more than 5 though, because it does get a little chaotic. If you're doing like digital art and you want to use variations of different triangles, I would count that still as 1 shape, even if you alter the triangles a little bit, which is easier to do digitally, and I'll talk more about that later. So that's your challenge. Pick 1 to 3 shapes and then repeat them. So you get to choose your pathway. I'm going to go ahead and make this larger so you can see. Create a abstract mosaic design, so that would be like tracing or doing overlaying your shapes on your sketch app and then adding color that way. You could also create a representational design, which means it represents something. That could be an animal, an object, maybe something in nature. You could create either on paper or digital. So again, you could do the abstract mosaic on paper or digital. You could do the representational design on paper or digital as well. Here's some examples of abstract or mosaic, I like to call them. Notice that they kind of create almost a pattern. This could be digital or on paper. There's a video here of a time lapse I found, which is kind of fun and cute and has music. Some other examples, you might recognize this from math. You might have had a project where you had to create something similar with those little plastic shapes I love. So you could do a representational or mosaic. And then your steps are to choose your shapes, complete the discussion post, choose your pathway, digital or paper, arrange your shapes in either a mosaic style or arrange them to create a specific image. And then once you're done, upload a sketch. So that is all we're doing for now. We're not going to talk about adding color, adding texture, and designs until next week. So for my example, one of my examples, I created a kind of a flower, and I used a little Reese's thing to trace. I used a syrup bottle to create this oval, and then I wanted a triangle, but I didn't have anything triangular in my house, so I cut up a 7-Up bottle or a 7-Up box and used the cardboard. So that's an option too, is to create your own shapes. Use pencil, and then once you're done with this, take a picture. If you're doing it on your iPad, obviously just screenshot your design, and that way I can give you feedback before you commit to adding color. So that's the idea of just doing a sketch this week. Let me know if you have questions. I'll be in my classes, my Google Meets for the whole 55 minutes. If you run into any problems, go ahead and join and ask.